For a human, an elephant, or a cockatoo, 80 years is a long, full life. But on the biological timescale of Earth's true ancients, an 80-year lifespan is barely a fraction of a second. Take the Greenland shark. Prowling the freezing waters of the North Atlantic and Arctic Oceans, these predators routinely live for 400 years, making them the longest-living vertebrates in the world. Step back even further, and you find the giant barrel sponge in the Caribbean. Because of their massive size, they are called the Redwoods of the Reef, and some living individuals have been growing continuously since the height of the Roman Empire, over 2,300 years ago. And then there is the absolute extreme. Deep in the Ross Sea, an icy bay in Antarctica, sits a glass sponge that researchers estimate has survived in the dark for up to 15,000 years. To put that timeline into perspective, this single living creature attached itself to the seafloor during the last ice age. These species mastered survival over millennia, outlasting shifting continents and wild fluctuations in global temperatures. Yet today, they are colliding with a rapid, industrialized threat that their biology is completely unprepared to handle. To understand why they are so vulnerable, we have to look at how they cheat death. Some animals possess a rare trait called biological immortality. Their cells can divide and regenerate infinitely without aging, a feature found in certain jellyfish and lobsters. For the deep ocean's true ancients, the secret to massive lifespans is an extreme metabolic slowdown. Living in freezing, pitch-black water drastically reduces their daily biochemical activity. The Ocean Quahog is the ultimate evidence of this slow-motion biological state. Found across the North Atlantic, these clams easily live to 225 years old. This diagram illustrates exactly how they stretch their time on Earth. By tracking the rings on a quahog shell, we can map its microscopic annual growth rate backward, documenting hundreds of years of perfectly undisturbed, sluggish development. To stretch a life across hundreds or thousands of years, an organism's internal clock has to run in extreme slow motion. Massive longevity requires a permanently sluggish biological pace. This incredibly slow, perfectly balanced survival strategy comes with a severe cost. Because these animals grow at a crawl, they experience massive delays in reaching reproductive maturity. Ocean quahogs need at least 6 years before they can spawn. Massive bowhead whales, which live for over 2 centuries in the icy Arctic, do not become sexually mature until around age 25. This timeline graph shows the most extreme delay of all. While a human generation might span 20 or 30 years, a female Greenland shark must survive 156 years before she is ready to breed. When a population is rapidly depleted by commercial overfishing or bycatch, the math simply breaks down. It takes nearly 2 centuries to replace a single breeding generation of Greenland sharks. The slow, methodical biology allowing these animals to conquer deep time has become a fatal flaw. They simply cannot reproduce fast enough to survive the blistering speed of the modern world. A glass sponge reef takes 10,000 years to form, painstakingly filtering bacteria millimeter by millimeter. In mere seconds, a heavy net dragged by a bottom trawler can crush the fragile structure. Deep-water black corals that have thrived since ancient Egypt are now bleaching and dying as ocean warming and acidification hit them faster than their slow-moving biology can adapt. Because they cannot speed up their biology to survive our industries, we have to artificially insulate them. We can do this by strictly enforcing sustainable fishing practices and carving out legally protected marine sanctuaries. Organizations like the International Fund for Animal Welfare actively advocate for these protections, lobbying against destructive deep-sea mining and fighting the illegal wildlife trade to give these slow-growing populations the physical space they need to recover. Protecting these creatures provides a reciprocal benefit to us all. Conserving long-lived marine mammals like bowhead whales directly supports climate mitigation. Whale feces feed the marine plankton that produce vast amounts of oxygen, which actively pulls carbon dioxide straight out of our atmosphere. Earth's oldest animals are essentially living time capsules, quietly holding vital records of the planet's history deep inside their cells. If we want them to survive the human era, Our industries must learn to respect the slow, ancient pace of nature.